All right, I'm hoping to do a really quick one today on the importance of investing in yourself, in recovery, and really in life. You know, I always struggle with that, particularly because of economic insecurity. I always feared, due to my relapses, that I was just going to end up in a ditch someday, so I was going to need every penny I had in the bank and didn't know if I was going to ever make more money again. And the reality is my income got cut severely ever since my alcoholism really progressed. But now, being 18 plus months sober, going on infinity, I feel much more secure. I've not been making money because I've been working through my, what turned out to be pretty severe ADHD, ADD issues, to the point, you know, I try to solve them on meds. I just did a video on that. But that didn't work out, so try to solve it on my own. Sound familiar? And I realized I can't do it alone, so I did. I finally invested in myself, shelled out a good amount of money for a really good coach whose system I truly bought into and believe in. Also includes a community that I'm now in, so I believe it's going to be worth every penny. And, you know, I've said sobriety is priceless, and so is investing in yourself. You know, I learned that lesson early from my original accountability partner. She walked away from a very acrimonious divorce situation, left a lot of money on the table, but it was not good for her mental health. And she knew she'd make it up later. And that's the attitude that I'm taking. The old, you got to spend money to make money. I've always known that is true, I believe. I'll have to ask AI. I forgot to do that. But yeah, I truly believe in it. And it's time I started to do that. So I've also invested in I'm about to bite the bullet on a coaching certification program. 5X certification, it's called. It involves mindset coaching, alcohol-free coaching, life and success, as well as hypnosis, practicing, and another thing called neuro-linguistic programming practitioner. And it gets all into the subconscious mind, which is what I really need to learn more about, and which is the key to helping people overcome this monster. So I'm going to be investing some pretty big money in that as well, but I have no doubt it's going to pay off in the end. And I've talked to a few people that have gone through the program, and they said it's absolutely paid off big time, you know. And so whether that specifically, you know, might apply to you, although I always say, hey, most people in recovery hate their jobs. Become an expert at this, sobriety, you'll overcome it, and then you can go into the field. But even, you know, a smaller example, I have this self-care worksheet assessment. I'm going to do a whole call on that, actually, because it's fantastic. It's a very long assessment. But one of them is about your physical self. And a checkbox says, do you wear clothes that help you feel good about yourself? I thought, wow, I never really thought about that as part of self-care. And no, I kind of dress like a bum, and I'm kind of thrifty with my clothing, although I did hire a personal shopper once, but spent a lot of money. Wasn't overall all that pleased with the results, so I haven't spent that much money since. Certainly not since before COVID. And I've really started to do that more as well. Now, I know this is all a matter of what you can afford, and I don't encourage people going into the debt, at least not major debt. But there are times, and something like this could be one of them, you know, where spending money and going into debt can maybe help you then make much more money in the end. It helps to know if you've, you know, do some practice before maybe jumping into something like that. I've done a lot of practice coaching over the last couple years, to the point I do think I have a great skill at that, and it's definitely something I want to pursue. So I guess I'll end it with that. It's really to say, invest in yourself. Those are just some personal examples, but it'll make you feel so much better. I'll give you one other one. I was driving an '06 car until a year and a half ago, and I finally started investing in myself just with that. It's made me feel so much prouder driving that vehicle, and it's got a lot of additional safety features as well that might even save my life and pay off just in that format. And it's also made driving a lot more enjoyable, which has been great for my mental health. So I guess that'll do it. Stronger, sober. And please like, share, subscribe. Thanks.